Hi guys, hope you're doing well. Welcome to Face Social. If you're the first time here, karibu sana. If you're a returning subscriber, returning viewer, thank you so much for your support. So guys, today I'm gonna talk about childcare in the US. So I'm gonna enlighten you guys how we take care of our children in the United States. Guys, the US is a busy country. Most people work, and so juggling work or school or whatever you're doing with childcare can be a little challenging. And if you're out there and you're planning to come to the US and you're wondering, what am I gonna do with my kids? How am I gonna go about it? Especially that we know that in the US it's not that easy to get a live-in nanny, someone that will watch your kids in the house, because one, it's expensive, and two, people have other jobs other than just babysitting. So stay tuned, let's get into this. Welcome back. So number one, you can take care of your children is through family, and this is whereby like you and your spouse or you and your partner, you can plan your schedule of work, whereby one person is home while the other person is working. So you can say you're gonna be working nights and your spouse is gonna work days, or you're gonna work certain days of the week and your spouse is gonna work certain days of the week. That way you have that overlap, and there's always someone at home to take care of the kids. Another way you can do is, if you have, like, let's say if you have teenage children, your teenage kids can watch the little ones, when you're at work, or if you work weekends, the teenage kids, when they're not going to school, they can take care of their younger siblings. Also, if you have if you come here and you guys have a big family, and you can see maybe you have a sister-in-law somewhere or brother-in-law somewhere, or you have a big family in total, or your parents are here, when they're not working, they can watch your children. So you ask them, hey, what days are you available, that you're not, what days are you not working, so I can bring my children and I can go work on those days. And family is always willing to help for the most part. I would say take advantage of that time when they're available to watch your kids, and you can go work during those times. Another way that you can take care of your kids is by hiring a nanny. I know it can be expensive here to hire nannies, especially in hiring nannies that come through agencies such as Childcare. Usually those nannies are paid by the hour, and most of them, they take minimum wage. So each nanny has their own amount that they want you to pay them, depending on their experience or how far they are from you. But for the most part, most of them will take a minimum wage. In Arizona, we are talking about $12 an hour. So if you're working let's say 8 hours, you might need care for like 9 to 10 hours, because of course you need the commute time to get from your home to work, and then from work to home. So you're looking at 9 to 10 hours paying at least minimum wage. Also, you can get a nanny off, like some people will be available because they don't have maybe papers to work in other jobs, so they might offer to be a babysitter. So you can find such a person, and they can come and they can watch your children. And the other that you can take care of your kids in the US is taking them to daycare. So there are different kinds of daycare in the US. There's private owned daycares, and these are like home settings daycares. These are people that are they just come up with a side hustle or a main hustle, and they decide, I'm gonna start watching children in my house, in my home. So they set up the home, and they put advertisements, and then they'll take your children in their home, and they watch your children from their home. So these daycares, you have to be very careful with them, because of course you're taking your kids to someone else's home. So some of the things that you want to make sure is that, you know, there are no smokers in the home, and of course you want to make sure they have a good background, and also make sure that they are registered with the state, that they are okay to take care of the children, because if they are registered, then there are certain requirements they are supposed to meet before they start that business. Kind of daycare is like a school setup daycare, and these are like buildings that are somewhere, and the employees that are hired, and you know, they hire people to take care of children, and they run, you know, like they will be open maybe from 6 to 6 or certain time and time. And usually such setups are like preschool setups. You know, they take children when they're little, and then they'll have like some programs for them whereby they'll do a preschool there. So guys, those are some of the ways that we take care of children here in the US. If you have other additional, you know, suggestions, you can leave a comment down below, especially those people in the US that have children. Let's enlighten people out there so they can know it's doable, it's manageable to have, you know, to take care of children as you work in the US. Till my next one, guys. I'll see you.